What is up, everybody? It's your girl Gigi the Master Manifester, and I am back with another video. All right, ladies, can you guys hear me?
How do you get started with digital marketing?
I'm gonna play my video back and see if I can hear it. What is up, everybody? All right. All right, ladies. I feel like it's going in and out. Can y'all hear me? Hey, Annabelle. How is my sound from your end? Hey, ladies. I'm trying to play back my video and see. How is my sound? Yeah, it is going in and out. No, Innova. Can y'all hear me now? See if I can hear myself. Can y'all hear me now? Okay, I think y'all can hear me, but because I can hear myself, but I just want to make sure before I get started. Okay, you can hear me perfect. I've started back using my headset, and I start back using my primary phone, so we shouldn't have any like interruptions with the Wi-Fi. We should be good. All right, so today we're going to be doing a live client ancestor reading. I'm going to shuffle these cards really quickly. I did redecorate my office a little bit, so this new setup I'm trying out. Not a fan of it so far, but I want to see if this works better for me. Is there any specific decks you want to use, Anova? I'm just going to pray over the cards as I shuffle so we can just save a little bit of time. Fuck. That wasn't smart, but okay. Sounds good. Be sure you guys like this video and subscribe to the channel. Okay. I'm going to shuffle the music. Pay attention to the lyrics and the music. That's going to be a good indication of what spirit is saying as well as the energy that they're portraying. How much can a heart take? By Lucky Day. All right. How much can a heart take? I do apologize for the delay today, Annabelle. Had to go handle some business. It didn't take me as long as I thought it would, luckily. Also, it's a full moon tonight. I saw that. I was like, dang, it's big and pretty. Okay, so we're gonna use the Ancestor deck. Yes, full moon energy. Yep. And it seems like it's been so long since your last reading, so I'm really excited to do this. See who steps forward. All right, we're gonna pull some tarot too. Sorry, got my mic right here over here singing in your ear. Sorry. Music screaming though. I would definitely focus on your heart chakra just based on this song. How much can a heart take? Okay. So I've already started praying over the cards. I kind of finished my prayer, but I am going to cleanse my hands. So we can go ahead and get started. No patience. I'm running out, honey. Ooh, this shit is trash. So, okay, so I'm gonna just tell you what I'm picking up on so far. It's just like when we go through hard times in life, it's very important to stay grounded and rooted in who we are because I'm feeling like a lack of patience and also just kind of like wanting to hurry up and get back 100%, and that's just not realistic. But it's just like a sense like of peace I have over me. It's like everything's working out. So just have patience with yourself. Give your body time to heal. Give yourself time to like get back to where you want to be. But don't like put so much pressure on yourself because that can also be like stress, and then that can also be making you um, kind of feel more sick or more just like not in control, you know? So that's what I say I'm picking up on already. I knew they were gonna be on my neck. Yes, yes. It never fails. Okay. So let me go to your question. I think you said you don't have a specific question. I think you just said you want to see who steps forward. Is that what it was? Yeah, for sure. No relapses. And I think honestly, this is like a what spirit is kind of giving me is like this is a moment for you to really be able to take care of you, no interruptions. And I'm also picking up on maybe this is something that you asked for, but maybe weren't as specific because I feel like found me in a hard space. Let me pause this music. It's screaming very, very loud, very loud. What I kind of get from this is the energy of this is something that you asked for, and this is something that the way spirit is saying this is something that your soul needed. It's time to like detox from whatever you're detoxing from, and also just to be able to like put that energy that you put into others into yourself. And so again, we have to be careful what we ask for because we're gonna get it. And so you might have been asking, I want to be able to take better care of myself. I want to be able to prioritize like my health, and it's like you might not have been as specific with, okay, I don't want any health problems, but I want to be able to prioritize, just keeping up on my health and wellness. And that's mental health as well. For me, what I feel was a pivotal moment, it was after the last meditation that we did. And I think that's when everything popped off. And do you remember what happened with that meditation? We're like, you would know what I'm talking about, but like specifically, it was like what that specific meditation where I was telling you to like you're gonna have to like allow yourself to like be that into your own energy, because being an empath and being a person that like it's just a natural healer, you will attract, and also like you would kind of like absorb these energies. And I've been talking to you about that since you've been in my mentorship. I don't want you guys to absorb other people's energy. Okay? So you need to be able to like put up a wall, like a protective barrier between yourself and between others. And this is important because if this is what you're going to be doing, you know what I'm saying? Like you really have to like understand this, okay? Like this is non-negotiable. Got to have that protective barrier around yourself because you literally absorb energies. Like I can't even, let me try to put it into, because I'm seeing like this like an image, but I'm trying to like put it into words. It's the best way I can say it's like a vacuum cleaner. It's like, yeah, you might not pick everything up, but you're gonna pick a lot of little different things up, you know? And then you're going to be kind of feeling that energy, and it's not your energy to be feeling. And that's why I was always on you about that, because I could tell immediately that your energy was like absorbing others. And that's just, it's a good thing when you do this for a living, you know. But if this is something you're observing yourself, or it's something you're experiencing yourself, you shouldn't be taking it on as if it's like a job, or as if it's like your own energy. Does that make sense? I'm gonna check the comments because I have not looked at the comments yet. My soul was yearning for this. Yes, I remember. I was so open to everything and everyone. Absolutely. So you know exactly what I'm talking about, like that moment. Okay. So are you ready to go ahead and get into it? Cause this is gonna be a good one. So first, we're going to be seeing what ancestors are in her frequency and want to step forward for her. We're going to be using the mediumship deck by yours truly, Skinfolk Mediumship Oracle. This is available on my website if you guys are interested. So we'll get started with that. She said, vacuum cleaner is a great analogy. Yes, it makes perfect sense. I'm glad that that made perfect sense because that's exactly what Spirit was putting down. Okay. All right. Who wants to step forward for her? Who wants to step forward for my client and give her this message at this time? We know this is a very divine time for her in her life, so she needs a message. Okay. Stefan. Okay, so you got the shadow work card, which is so crazy because earlier, like something told me to tell you guys to like get in your docs, just the bottom of the deck. Something was telling me to tell you guys to get in your docs because it's not necessarily because you guys haven't done your shadow work, because everybody in my mentorship that's actually in my mentorship has done their shadow work. But I was feeling called earlier to tell you guys this, and I have to really just follow my first mind when I have it. But it was like a sense of you guys need to reflect over where you come from. Reflect over your journey. You need to take some time, especially during this time, Annabelle, take some time for yourself and really like try to make meaning of what's going on. And I guarantee you, me just I've read your doc. I know what you've experienced, I know what you've went through, but I don't think you realize the magnitude of what you've overcome until you like look over everything, read over everything. This is like the story of your life. And so you need to really like digest and take it in and just be like, wow, this is what I overcome. Like the worst has already, I've gotten over the worst. The worst has already happened. And I'm so proud of you for like your growth. And I'm so proud of you for everything that you've overcome, because a lot of people like would not be able to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I just really like want you guys to like remember like where you come from in a sense. And it's not always like when I say where you come from, it's not always necessarily like your hometown or your home state. I mean like the things you've overcome, the things that you've taken on and you might not realize, or the things you've experienced, like some of the spiritual experiences that we've encountered like within the mentorship is absolutely like life changing. And so if you think about how we're just like easily just taking all these things in, it has to process. We take on a lot. We really do. We receive a lot. And that's why I tell you guys there's the time to work and there's a time to rest. Like it has to be balanced. And this is one of those resting periods in your life. So I think this is the first time that you've had to like sit down or like not be as active within the group. And I think that it's important that you understand. I ain't damn near pulled cards yet and Spirit's just talking. But I think it's important that you understand that you've already done the work. You're continuing to do the work. So it's this all of this is meaningful and purposeful. Okay? All right. So let's go ahead and see what Stefan has to say. Wow, you were in your doc today. So that's confirmation right there. Like this is all meaningful and purposeful. Okay, so let's see what Stefan has to say. I'm glad to hear from him. I'm glad to see him back. He's definitely matured. I think I told you this the last reading. He's matured from a little boy to a man. This kind of like complex that he used to have, this bratty, spoiled complex, he doesn't really have that anymore. So I'm glad that he's grown, and I'm glad that he's able to reflect over his journey. And it's interesting, Annabelle, because basically what I'm telling you is reflect over your journey and see how far you come. Wasn't that his message? Wasn't that his message when he came the first time? Well, he's been a couple times now, but like that was his message, and he was talking to you about like being proud of yourself and how you inspired him, just to grow into his manhood and also to like not carry anger for people that have wronged you or people that you feel have wronged you, but just to release it. And that's important. Like he wants you to understand, like you taught me something so valuable. Like you taught me how to release things when they no longer served me. And so he's saying that at any given point in time, you have the power to release whatever you need to release in your life for the betterment of your health and also the betterment of your happiness and your peace. Okay? And also I'm getting a sense of like after all of this is said and done, you're going to feel better about your health because you have actively been doing things to like take care of yourself. Like same thing with mental health. Same thing with spirituality. Like all these things you've been working on, all these things you've been healing and bringing up and releasing, this was bound to happen. I didn't expect it to happen in this way, but it's like you're going through recovery now. Okay? Say yes, this is the first time I had to sit down ever. Yes, he's matured. He's very protective of me. That was his message. Yes. Very, very protective and very loving. Hey, Angelus. Yes, I do feel better about my health, the awareness. Exactly. It's like nobody wants to get sick, but it's also like sometimes, especially in the black community, like we hate going to the doctor. I know you're not one of those people. You know, you're not one of those people, but I know in the black community, it's like something we fear. It's like going to the doctor because we don't want them to tell us something that could potentially like uh cause us to spiral. So, he's basically commending you for, being on top of your health. Even though like it happened like this, he's definitely acknowledging the fact that you've been focused on your healing, mental, spiritual, like in all aspects, physical. Like these are things you've been focused on, like even before this happened. Um, okay, let me see. All right, so let's ask him. Do you have a specific question for Stefan, Anova? Do you want to ask him anything? We can pull from the tarot. Angelus, I'm doing a client reading right now, so you can email me. I don't know if I've helped you with something before or something like that, and that's what you're talking about, but you can just shoot me an email, goodvibes8888@outlook.com. But right now, let me focus on this reading. I knew he was here, but he wasn't by himself. You talking about Stefan? All right, sounds good. Thank you. You talking about Stefan, Anova? Okay. Do you want to ask him anything, like to see, because I'm sure somebody else wants to speak. But before we get into like other messages, let's talk to him. And if you don't have a question for him, that's okay. I can just ask him what his message is. Stay with me naturally. So he's speaking right now about. Okay, so he's at a point in his life. Okay, he's trying to vent to you right now. Okay, so I would say you need to talk to Stefan a little bit more. I know you're going through things right now, but he wants you to still like continue talking with him, like even if it's just like in your head, or if you're outside, you want to, leave him an offering or something like that, you can. But he doesn't want that communication to stop. Okay, that's what he's making very clear to me. There's also something he's trying to vent about related to like him growing up, getting older, and what was he saying? Let me see. Navigating something. He's trying to navigate. What is he saying? Let me pull clarifiers and see, because it's something he's trying to say. I just can't quite pick it up. What are you trying to say, Stefan? What are you trying to tell your mom? Closure. This is exactly like that's so crazy. Grieving and closure. So this is so crazy because this is like kind of what he was saying. It's like he's trying to leave the past in the past, but there are sometimes moments where he's still grieving the fact that he feels like he was cheated in life. And the reason he feels this way is because he didn't get like to have like a mom and a dad, and he didn't really get to have like that sense of stability or that sense of love, that sense of like having a happy family and all of this stuff. So, like he's a really sensitive guy. Stefan, do you want to tell your mom more about your story? Not your story, but like the energy that you're in at this time? Because I do see you being a little sad at times. He's also sad seeing you down. He's sad seeing you down. He wants you to rise above this. Don't base don't base life off of look new beginnings. Don't base your life off of this hiccup that you're having. Like don't, because if you look at all the other things that you've had to deal with, like it could be health related or whatever, but if you look at the things that you've dealt with, you've been through worse. So if you think about it in terms of that, he's saying you're going to make it through this. So have no fear. Fear is like the most low vibrational thing that the most low vibrational energy that you could carry at this time. Okay. I knew why he was here. I just want to thank him for showing up for me. I didn't know I needed him. That's why I was recording in my doc today. I wasn't aware that it was him though. Absolutely, I've been through worse. Yeah, so it's more of like you're a friend, like companion for him. Even though, of course, he calls you mom, and that's what he's still calling you because you are the closest thing to a mom. I don't think that his living mother is like communicating with him or even like having that dialogue. And I think that it's making me want to cry. Like it really does make me sad because I just see like a little boy and he just doesn't have parents. And it's like he wants to be around more, but he also is still trying to heal. And it's hurtful and it's hard for him. And this is kind of what he spoke on last time. And it's like if you think about life, there's a lot of things that we go through that we can't control. And he's just hurt. Like he doesn't know how to move on from like his death. Like he doesn't know how to make peace with the fact that he'll never have like that love. And it hurts me because it's like the way I'm seeing him is like a child. So obviously he's matured, he's an adult now, but it's like the way he's presenting himself is like a child. This is somebody who walks alone. It just feels very lonely. I really think you need to pray for him, talk to him, and know this is not your responsibility, but you know the connection that you guys have. And he definitely, I feel like him talking to you definitely heals him. Not even you don't even have to reassure him. It's just him having that motherly figure in his life. And it's so interesting because the way spirit communicates, the way that they reference things, they'll show me things in my own personal life or things that I've felt in my own personal life. And he's just making me feel so helpless, of like a sense of like no matter what happens, the truth is always going to stand that I don't have parents. I don't have this. I don't have that. And so it kind of does feel a little pessimistic, but considering like he's like a child, it makes sense. But you know how sometimes you feel in life like even though you've grown, even though you want to grow, you have every intention to grow, sometimes it feels very like depressing when you know like the one thing that you want you'll never have, or the one thing that you desire the most is like something that you can't have. So for me, what I feel should be done, I think a white candle needs to be done for him. If you look here, the heart chakra is glowing. The heart chakra is glowing. There's some sunlight. I feel like this is interesting because I've never really heard of spirits being in a depression. But I think with the way he was born and conceived and all of that, it is very depressing. Like, I feel like it's like a desperation to be loved. And that's what kind of made me emotional because it's like no matter what happens, like that's just something that probably will never go away. So the best thing that can take place is just more healing. And as he shared with you, you know, the more that you heal, that's kind of like you're leading by example. Like he's learning and picking up on things. Okay? But this is a new beginning. Okay? He's grieving, he's releasing. That's just a really low feeling. Like I still feel it in my chest of like how he feels. I feel his loneliness. Wait, let me see. His mother actually reached out to me today. Annava, are you freaking kidding me? I feel his loneliness. I'll be more intentional to include him more. I understand what you're saying. I would do a white candle for him and spend time talking to him. Yeah, I think it'll help because if you think about it, you are that person for so many people. Like a listening ear, you know, that person that just very comforting and loving and nurturing. So it makes sense why he's coming to you. But knowing what you're going through, I don't think he wants to bother you with his problems. So, from my perspective, just have balance. As you step back into, you know, you're getting back to yourself. You are. I feel it and I see it. I see the new beginning. But what he wants for you is to not isolate yourself. He's speaking on friendship, calling on a positive. This is like a female guardian angel. I would say this would probably be Vanessa. This one that's looking over you with this like very, very powerful, strong energy. You need to call on her. Okay. And you also need to, this is like lean on the people that love you. This gives me mentorship vibes here. Um, to allow others to hold you up during this time and just be there for you like energetically. And I think like I just feel like a sense of like this is coming to an end. Like the hard time that you're going through is coming to an end. Everything's gonna work out. Okay. She and her mother need to speak with my husband about some repairs for their home. Very, 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 very interesting that she reached out to you today. And here's her son. Yes, Vanessa, I felt her a lot this past couple months. She's there for you. For sure. That's the ones you call on, those strong, really strong spirits, ancestors that have stepped forward for you that come through very, very strong. Like Stefan, I'm not saying he's not strong because we've seen him like grow, on the other side. But Vanessa, she came in strong. She was already strong. Like her life story, her experiences made her strong. But his experience stopped, in the womb. So can you imagine how like depressing that feels? I think he's very, very smart and very bright and ahead of his time. So he's more aware. Like whereas the other miscarried babies or babies that might be born and not make it, like to a year, they might not have that conscious like knowing of what's happening, but he always had that conscious knowing. Just very aware. And I think that's what you guys have in common. That empathy, that being able to like feel other people's emotions. And I think that's why he feels so. I'm gonna be honest. I think he feels depressed because he feels his mom energy and his dad's energy from that time. It feels very depressing. That's what made me cry. Because it's like he just feels so fucking helpless. Like I hate that. I hate that feeling of helplessness. And I'm really gonna pray for him. I'm really gonna pray for him. I would definitely for you, Annova, to say the serenity prayer to him when you do the candle because I think he needs it. Let me ask him. Stefan, is there anything that your mom can do for you at this time? Okay, so I got church in the morning card. So I feel like the prayer is definitely important, and then the white candle, like I already said. Not the child spirit attached to you card when I cut the deck. Oh goodness. Stefan, do you want to say anything to mom? I think he said everything. Got the shadow dance. Okay, he's speaking on other things too. But I think enough has been said. So we're gonna go ahead and move on. But definitely leave him an offering if you can. He's lingering around. So, you need to either let him know it's okay that, to welcome him back in, or either, do a prayer for him, let him know what you need from him, what you need him to do. Like, be very clear because it says redirect the energy, be firm, direction, hallucination, shadow figures, altar, spiritual allies. So, this is a spiritual ally for you. Wishes granted and fulfilled. Okay. So, this is definitely somebody that can help, but at the same time, like, I think he's the one that kind of needs the help. Okay. So, yes, we do share the empathy. It makes me think that he's in a space where his parents were when he was born. They were 12 and 13. Absolutely. I remember you telling me that it feels like, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be real with you. It feels like, okay, even if we have this baby, like, even though okay, this is how I'm going to say it. This is exactly what he's telling me. And I don't know if I'm channeling dad's energy or mom's energy, but it's like, even if I have another baby, I will always have that dark hole in my heart. That's exactly what I just heard. Even if I have another baby, I will always have a dark hole in my heart. So you feel that, like you see that helplessness of like feeling like even if God blesses me with more children, like like abundant, you know what I'm saying? Like more children, fertility, marriage, whatever, it's just like still like a depression of like I can't believe this happened to my baby. I can't believe I lived through something like this. It's like a part of them died. Both of them, a part of both of them died when he died. And that's why he feels so fucking depressed. It's just not, it's not a normal feeling. It's like literally like humans when we get depressed, like it's hard to shake that. So it's very similar. But imagine like being in the spirit realm feeling it. Like that's probably not, that's probably not what's up. Do you have any questions for him? I'll spend more time talking to him. Dad's energy for sure. His dad has spoken on the sadness. Wow, are you serious? Because it gave me both parents, like for sure. Like both, I can feel both the parents' energy. And the reason why I could tell that it's the parents' energy is because it's things I've dealt with in my own life and just me healing within my shadow work. A lot of the feelings that have come up for me, I know for a fact are not mine because I haven't had certain experiences or dealt with certain things. I have my own traumas, but it's certain things I have not dealt with or experienced. So for me to randomly, as I'm doing shadow work, to be feeling certain things, I know it's generational. I know it's not my own feelings. I know it's my mom's feelings. I know it's my dad's feelings. I know it's my grandparents' feelings. And I've gotten to the point now where I can immediately identify, like, whose energy am I feeling? This is not mine. They can have it. Matter of fact, we can release it. But it's just like I know how that feels. It's like we are our parents. It's not like we're a part of them. We are our parents, and we have to do this healing and shadow work so that way as we get older we don't become, you know, I'm not to say anything bad about our parents or anything like that, because obviously they do the best that they can do, but there are certain aspects where all parents are going to fall short. So those negative aspects about our parents or grandparents, or those that we look in the mirror and we sometimes see ourselves, those negative aspects, we don't want to become that. Okay? So that's very important here. Okay, you say no questions? All right, Stefan. So we're going to see who else wants to step forward. Thank you so much for the message. Let's see who else comes out. Okay. Does anybody else want to step forward for my client? Does anybody else have messages that you want to share? Hey, Resilience. I just saw your comment. Oh, shoot. Cars done flew on the floor. Claire Gustians. Girl! Stefan said I ain't going no fucking way. Wait a minute. Seeing through the third eye. Symbols, visualization, words, and images. Ma'am, he said, I'm still talking. I'm not done. That was cute, but I'm not done, boo. All right, let's shuffle the music and see what we get. Will y'all do me a favor and like this video for me, please? Sell your digital creations on Shopify. From teaching templates to country shit by Big Crit. I was recording my. Wait, let me see. About your third eye experiences? Okay, this song's so loud. I'm gonna go to the next one. But this song is called Country Shit by Big Crit. Um, now we got Unpredictable by Jamie Foxx. All right. So Stefan, you're still talking. All right. So he's more of a young man. He's not giving adult. So like how we got this car right here, he's not quite here yet. So I wonder, is this a male spirit with him? Because didn't you have, who was that said that was with him? Was it the mother-in-law? Because I'm feeling like it's a man there too. Now that I look at this, and now that he's showing me this, I'm gonna just show you for comparison. I always look at this and I feel like this is him with the crown on. So I always felt this was him. So for him to go to this, so I'm kind of feeling like it could be him or him. But this little boy looks very similar. Yes, I felt it was my mother-in-law. Somebody's with him, and I was telling you that in your reading. I just can't remember who I said, and I think it was her. Okay, so Stefan, he's trying to show you something like a symbol, or communicate with you through like different means of like symbols, visualization, words, and images. So this is going to be a very visual thing. So you're going to have to see it through your third eye. Okay. So it's not going to necessarily, sometimes it might come through words, but most of the time it's going to be like, I can't even explain it. It's not really like you're seeing words in your mind. It's more of you're seeing images. It's kind of like me doing this reading. I can see him. I can see him interacting. I can see like different glimpses into like what he's experiencing. So that's how sometimes I can get so emotional, because the way that like I'm seeing it, seeing what he's doing, it's kind of like when you see a sad movie. It's like when you see everything, like the music comes into play, like you might see them walking down the street or doing something, and you just get emotional. You be like, a kid shouldn't have to go through that. That's exactly what I was experiencing. I didn't know who the man was. I didn't recognize the face of the man. There was a man though. Okay. Yeah. So I feel like that was a man with him. So we'll try to see, get more insights into who that was. But let's see, because I feel like he has a message. So let me see, Stefan, where are you currently in your life? What's your message that you want to share? What's your message you want to share? All right, you got the King of Cups, water energy, and you got the Emperor. Okay, so you got King of Cups, emotionally balanced, compassion, diplomatic, control, balance, supportive leader, tolerance, empathetic. Girls, it's not him. Empathetic. That was exactly what I was just talking to you about. So this is Aquarius and Pisces energy. No, this is fire and water energy. So the fact that I got emotional makes sense because this is a Cups card, which represents emotions. Okay, King of Cups, girl, hold the fuck up, King. This is definitely Stefan. He's such a cutie pie. Like I really like. It's so hard for me to not like get my emotions like so wrapped up because like I genuinely love doing this and I love sharing those messages and it's like I know that nobody really advocates for like the dead and I know it's not something like common that people just do, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like what about these children, like these child spirits? It's not just it's not a heaven or hell thing how people make the afterlife seem. It's really deeper than that. And like our life and how we pass away, it really does dictate like whether we're at peace or not in the afterlife. So I feel like for him, he's trying to find balance between, the things he's experienced and like also growing past what he's experienced. Okay, you also have the Emperor card, which represents respect, leadership, stability, structure, rules, power, authority, father figure, protection, control, discipline, focus, and practicality. So this must be the other spirit stepping forward. So this will be the man, and this is Stefan. Okay, so there is a man that is like with him. So that's good. Because I was kind of like getting sad because I'm like, what the hell? Like, is he by himself? Like, because I personally don't feel like it should be all your responsibility to be like I know it's not a chore or a job for you, but I just don't want you to be feeling like, okay, if I don't do this, then he's doomed. His soul is lost. Like, no, it's not like that. But, like there are things you can do, like pray for him. You can communicate with him. You can pull cards and just see like how he's doing and things like that. So it's a way to do it without becoming so engulfed, you know. But I feel like with him, it's okay if you do that because it's like a son. Okay. So let's actually speak with the man. Who is this man? Who are you? The emperor. Because this is somebody who is like very strong. Like the emperor card is like a father. Okay. So this is a fire sign, Aries, organizational skills, reliability, and the ability to work hard. So I definitely feel like he has a role model that's with him. Spirit, who are you? Tell me about you. The emperor. Clarify. Who are you? Who are you? Deceased grandma. Wow. Why is the mother-in-law coming through like Why is the mother-in-law coming through like a man? Maybe this is her and a man. See, because mother-in-law's here. But who are you? Who's the man? Who's the emperor? Creek Native Americans. This makes sense with the water. So he has the Creek Native American ancestry. Stefan does. Who are you, man spirit? Died from respiratory failure, victim to gun violence. So this would have been somebody, maybe you would know. This is somebody who died of a respiratory failure, a condition where the respiratory system fails to provide adequate oxygen to the body. They're letting you know this is how they passed or what led up to their death. Symptoms may include shortness of breath, rapid breathing, and cyanosis. Would this be your stepfather? Who is this? She said, wow, whoa, wait a minute. Do you know who this is? You got the Caddo Native American too. I don't think I read this one. Is this the I don't know why this made me think of your stepdad. But did he get shot? This would be somebody that got shot before. I don't think that's how they passed, but this is somebody who passed from respiratory failure. So it could have been what led up to it. His mom's husband died from. Whoa! Not his grandpa! Yo! This is crazy, Annabelle. When I say we literally some detectives, his mom's husband died from respiratory failure. So this is not his grandpa, this would be his stepdad. So this would be his stepdad, not your stepdad. So you see how, like I said, my first mind went to your stepdad, but it was still a stepdad. It was just his stepdad. So it's like sometimes I get the messages, but I still need to I still have to ask questions to like figure out exactly like who I'm talking to. So there is a father figure that's there, with him. I don't know if this was necessarily a good man. I am getting somebody that was stable, protector, discipline, focus, um, reliability, somebody that was reliable. So I think he has lots of family. I don't think he's alone. Now that I think about it, I don't think he's alone. It's just he feels like this internal, you know what I'm saying? Like this internal battle where it's just like he's trying to be at peace, but it's like he's kind of looking down on everybody else, like, oh, they're just having the time of their life, and it's like, baby, like you have to accept your experience, and I feel like when he can accept and make peace with his death, he probably could come back. You know what I'm saying? He could come back, but it's like his energy, he just keeps getting so down about his situation. So I think that's where you come in the picture, Annabelle. Talk some sense into him. You know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness, I wish I could remember his name right now. Wow. Let me see if I can pick up on any names. I'm getting like a name. Alexander, Alexander, Albert, maybe something like that. But I'm not the best with names, but that's kind of what came to me, like an Al or Albert or something. So, but once you can figure out his name, let me know, just so we can connect the dots. But yeah, so he does have somebody there with him. That's good to know. Mom-in-law's there with him. So do you want to talk to mom-in-law? Because she did show up. Then also the stepdad is here. But I think that's his way of just showing you, because that's not necessarily your ancestor, but he showed up with him. Okay. And then also it's a man on that card with the little boy. There's no mom on the card, that there is a man. So that's interesting because with this card, a man came out. Okay, so we figured out who he's talking about. I'll definitely find out and let you know. This is crazy. This is spot on. But I'm not surprised. It happens every time. Okay, so do you want to talk to mom-in-law, or do you want to talk to Vanessa? Cause she's here too. I know why my mother-in-law showed up. Is it a specific reason or anything you want to talk to her about? Cause she's here. I mean, one thing we gotta understand: when we call on our ancestors, they will come. So when we feel them in our frequency, we can call on them. We can talk to them. And I always tell you guys, for your readings, y'all don't have to just see who comes out. Y'all can tell me like who y'all want to talk to, and we can see like, do they want to step forward, like what energy they're in, etc. I've spoken to my mother-in-law and seen her. Oh wow. Did you do a meditation, or did you like just see her, like kind of like paranormal activity? She's been here being so supportive and reminding me to live my life. Wow. I love that. I love that. Paranormal and in my dream. Oh wow. So she came to you in a dream? She really stamped it too. She like, your mind ain't playing tricks on you. You saw me. And you know, when I had got sick, like you were the main one telling me, like, you are elevating. Like I can tell, like you're elevating. I feel the same exact thing for you. Like you are elevating. So that's why I'm trying to tell you, just stay positive, like because I can sense that you're getting back to yourself, but you can't go back in full throttle doing the same thing that you were doing before. It's kind of a habit to like be available for others if that's what you've always done. So you want to make sure this go around you're more selective. Now, not to say with like the mentorship ladies, like obviously that's kind of different, but like just people that you know is like draining you, people that you know is like too needy. There's not like a balance or whatever. You don't have to just be available. Okay, I will check that out after your reading. I'm gonna check that out. Okay. All right. But they just. All right. What do you want to tell your daughter-in-law? Humility. Allow me, divine, to always accept the right. Girl, hold on. Hold on. She's screaming. Humility. Then you got the owl on here, the owl spirit animal. Allow me, divine, to always accept the right assistance. I welcome your help in every way and delight in receiving it. This is your new affirmation. You need to make sure you're saying this. Okay? This is an affirmation that is directly from her. Okay? This is like a prayer for humility. You can add something onto this if you need to, but this is definitely something that she wants you to prioritize. Accepting the right assistance. Okay? Not just any assistance, the right assistance. Let's see what else she wants to say. What else is your message or prayer or affirmation for her? Whoa. Okay. Lots of different messages. I'm gonna do this one and this one and even that one. Okay, you got inner power, deepening, and gratitude. Okay. So the humility, I told you the humility one. Then you got inner power with the lion. It says, give me the courage and power to do what must be done. This is what I mean when I say calling on your ancestors, because sometimes we just don't have enough strength. We just don't have it. And so when we call on our ancestors and when we call on God, that's like saying, I need that power. I need that extra boost. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of stuff we cannot do on our own. Like we just can't. And so understanding that when you call on them for that energy, that becomes your energy when you need it. So it's like an inner power. Okay, so give me the courage and the power to do what must be done. Next, you have deepening with the black cat. And then you have butterflies. Okay, says once you're on Earth for enough lifetimes, your old soul will begin to long for non-grasping, detachment, and surrender. They bring the peace of God. So she's basically saying the more that you go on your journey, it's basically what I was saying. Don't absorb. Deepen within yourself, but don't. You'll learn just through life. This is basically what she's saying. You'll learn through life. If you live in long enough, you will start to realize that detachment, surrender, and non grasping is the peace of God. So basically, she wants you to not attach even to circumstances or even to not just people, but circumstances like situations, whatever. This is very similar to like what I was saying at the beginning. So this is definitely an affirmation to write down and like just kind of meditate on every single day. Humility, inner power, deepening, and gratitude. So next, gratitude. Fill me with the gratitude for all you give. May I be a vehicle for wherever I go. Wait, I read that wrong. Fill me with gratitude for all you give. May I be a vehicle for you wherever I go. So this kind of gives me like that motherly energy here of just like call on me and I'll be there. I get that from her. Like call on me, I'll be there. And I think she's bringing up just everything you've done for her son and just her love for you, her respect for you, and just like say if you call on me, I'm gonna be there every single time. Like you can never call on me and I'm not gonna be there. Just because of like you've done a lot for me, you've done a lot for my family. Is what she's saying, okay? This is like, it's so clear what she's saying. So if you look here, these are two cats. They're both looking like they're positioned like in the past. Even this humility card, it's kind of positioned in the past. So there are things coming up from the past that you have to address, okay? This absorbing other people's shit, not giving it back to them. Like, you can still be that light. You can still be everything that you are and more. But the way that you go about it, not even the way you go about it, it's the way that you, when you're done with it, you have to let it go. You cannot just be like, okay, I did this great work. I'm so happy and so proud of myself. La 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 la. I'm holding this with me all day. I'm holding this with me till next week. I'm still thinking about it. I'm still like obsessing over it. I'm still like still reaching out. I'm still like, just don't be too involved. It's okay to be that light. It's okay to help others, but you don't want to always be so open and so available. Okay? So, do you understand what she's saying here? Because I think she wants you to connect more with you can connect more with like her or like another female spirit guide. I'm feeling like you need that like motherly energy right now spiritually, because she wants to like guide you throughout like the next phases. Because it says, "Fill me with gratitude for all you give. May I be a vehicle for you wherever I go." So it's like doing your life's work or your life's purpose. It's like it's going to require you to have faith, and it's also going to require you to like go where you're called to go. If Spirit tell you to go to this place or go to this place, you might be put there for a reason, to help somebody or to pray for somebody, even if you don't talk to the person. Like, I pray for people all the time, even if I don't have a conversation with them. Like, sometimes I can just pick up when people are not doing good, so I'll pray for them. So that's the same thing here. Okay, does that make sense? Let me read your comments. Said she spoke on the elevation to make sure I remember who I am and my purpose. Yes, spot on. All of that she spoke to me in my dream. We can't make this up. Wow. Absolutely understand what she's saying. OMG, The dream was spot on with what you're saying. I cannot wait to go read this dream. It's no cap in my rap, okay? Like, it's very hard to cap when it's like when somebody else is saying exactly what you're saying. But I did not know about this dream. Obviously, y'all know I don't cap. Y'all know I don't come on here and play. Like, I don't got time to be on here playing. But it's just such a good feeling to know that, when you share certain messages, like, it's in sync with what a person is going through or what they're, battling with. Because I see a person here that's just like humbling themselves before God, humbling themselves before just all the trials and tribulations, and just a person that's kind of like ready to give up. So I see why she's showing up. She wants you to like realize, like, literally who you are, your strength, and also reminding you, like, one of your strengths is like being able to like affirm and pray. So asking for what you need, because it says, "Give me the courage and the power to do what must be done." So it's like even no, and this is what she's saying. No matter what you go through in life, you could be worse off than you are now. Like, you could be really like sick or something like that. But she's saying, as long as you have your mind, you will get through it, because you're the type of person that knows how to go to God or go to like a higher power and say, "I need this. Give me this. I need this to feel better." Like, your thought pattern and the way that you think is why you're always going to be okay. So she wants you to deepen like your faith in yourself, but also deepen your faith with your ancestors. Okay. She wants you to do a little bit more. She wants you to watch a little bit more of like movies that talk about like, I recently watched the Harriet movie on Netflix, and it was so good. Like, and obviously, like, we all grow up learning about Harriet Tubman, but it's a lot of things that people did not know about Harriet Tubman, like the fact that she received visions from God, and that's actually how she was able to free so many slaves, including herself. Like, she would literally pass out in the woods and have a vision. Immediately when she would wake up, it would go, like, it would immediately happen. Whereas to now, like I might have a vision, or somebody else might have a vision or a dream, or we might call it a dream or like a premonition, but it might happen like a day later or a week later. For her, it was like boom, like she wake up like they on her ass. So it's like, when you watch those type of movies, I say start with that movie, but she wants you to watch more movies and like documentaries that are talking about African American history. Okay, not even African history, but African American history. There's another one I watched too, on Netflix called Descendants. That was a good one. Um, but like, just I don't want to use the term slavery movies because sometimes people, like, especially black people, we be like, I don't want to see the slavery movies and stuff like that. But one thing I can say, every time I watch like a movie dealing with slavery, it brings me back. It humbles me. It really brings out my humility because it reminds me of like why started this path. It's like my love for history and my love just for like where I come from and like just who I'm connected to spiritually and like by DNA and by genetics. It's like it was always a fascination for me to like uncover who I am because obviously like my ancestors, I am my ancestors. So the fact that, like the slaves or people, who were brought here out of their free will, those are our ancestors, whether we're related by blood or not. Those are the ancestors. That's why hoodoo is a closed practice for black people because this is what we went through. This is what we experienced. Therefore, this is our birthright. That's why it's an amazing thing to be African American. But she wants you to deepen your journey, okay? Learning more history because that will lead to the gratitude, and it also will show you your inner power when you see like, oh wow, like the ancestors overcame this. They had all of these odds stacked against them and they still overcame. Yes, a lot of people lost their life, but it wasn't in vain because I'm here. Like that's when you can look at yourself and say, I made it. Like you can look at your life and say, wow, like I literally, like, even though I didn't go through as much as my ancestors, it's like I went through things in life and I made it. I made it so I can say like thank you to my ancestors. Like thank you for all the sacrifices and everything that you went through, even though it wasn't forcibly. Like they didn't like force themselves to go through that. It's something that they had to go through based on what others did to them. So it's kind of like it's really sad, but the history is what brings this all together. Okay, so she just wants you to like take some time over the next couple weeks watching documentaries, watching movies, and feel free, like after the documentary, if there's any insights that come to you, feel free to message me. We can talk about it or whatever. Um, or you could talk to your god, not your godmom, your mother-in-law about this. You can journal, put in your doc, whatever you feel called to do. Let me see. No cap in your rap, period. That's why I didn't mention the dream. I knew spirit would give it to you every time, like every single time. Hey, chosen one. I will watch more of those. Humility, a very personal reminder. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, do you have any more questions for her? Excuse me, while we have her here? But that's a reminder that she's in your frequency, and whenever you call, she's going to be there. She's just really grateful for you. And like she also wants you to understand like when you're a good person and you put good out into the world, it's coming back to you. It really is. And it might not feel like that, but once you really are living in your purpose, you will start to see like it come back to you in that way. Cuz energy doesn't lie. So she wants you to really like remember who you are. Remember that you are going to go through things in life, but it's all about looking and reflecting within. Okay? Knowing where you come from, knowing that what you come from had the strength to persevere, with resilience, with grace. Therefore, you can do the same thing. There's nothing too big for you to overcome. Okay? And this is a beautiful message. And I'm glad they stepped forward to say this because it's very easy to live in fear when you're going through things. But instead we're going to live in humility, inner power, and gratitude. No more questions. I'm so satisfied with the reading. The confirmation is reassuring. Absolutely. This was a great reading. So let me see. All right, so we'll pull three more clarifiers. What do these spirits, Stefan and mom-in-law, what do you guys want her to focus on for the next month? For the rest of October, what do you guys want her to focus on most? Three things. Give me three things. Water. Water? Was this not? Look, flow. I love it. Earth, life giver. Wow. Earth and water. We got one more. Hero, courage. This is like the same energy here of like inner power and humility. Hero. So just know that you are someone's hero, specifically Stefan. Like he does look at you like a hero, and even your mom-in-law, like she looks at you as if like you've saved her in some capacity. I'm not sure what she means by that, if like you saved her, but she feels that way. Or you did something for her that just is like priceless, that she feels like you can't put a price on that amount of love, that amount of dedication. Like she just feels like a lot of people in your position wouldn't have done what you did. And you did that with gratitude, with a smile. And so that's why she's always going to be so grateful for you. And that's just what she wanted to remind you of. And she says, you're beautiful. She loves you. And she's happy that you understand that no matter what happens, she's always going to be there. She's always going to be there. All you have to do is call on her. She's going to be there in the physical and in the spirit. Okay? So I would definitely try to get near some water if you can. Definitely earth element. And we know these two elements are very healing. And that's what's happening here on this earth element card. I think that's what's going to be the healing that you need. Getting out in nature, okay? Because if you look, this is like a earth body. This gives me like spirit guide. They're just wrapping their arms around you and like replenishing you, giving you that energy back. Everything that was kind of taken from you or that you gave away, you're getting replenished. It's all coming back to you, okay? And this kind of gives me spiritual bath energy. So do a spiritual bath or get out in the water. So if you go to like a river or something like that or a waterfall, that would be awesome. Get some of that water and like pour it on yourself or just get in the water. Like dunk yourself in the water. Um and then spend some time like the earth element. So if you can go to the beach or something like that, that would be awesome. But I know it's getting cold, so if you can't get out to the water, just do your spiritual bath. That will definitely suffice. Okay? This was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it, Miss Annabelle. Does anybody have any questions before I hop off? She said flow, water, earth, courage. Wow, this just warms my heart. My soul is happy. Received. Ooh, waterfall. Yeah, this was a good reading. Like this was a great reading. I'm very satisfied with this reading. Thank you to the spirits who stepped forward, Mom-in-law and Stefan. They say they love you unconditionally and they're always going to be there for you. And I know she loves you guys back as well. She's going to always be here for you as well. You guys may go back to the spirit realm. Goodbye. Okay, next song, Kendrick Lamar, Mama. Love this song. Very interesting. Mama? Really? I need that. Yes, nothing like a good confirmation, like a good reading after you've been going through something. Fall back. I love this song too. My son got me listening to Kendrick Lamar. Oh yes, I love Kendrick. That's my favorite artist. And this is one of his older songs. He's really a good artist. Like I fell in love with Kendrick like in high school. I listened to his Good Kid, Mad City album, and I felt like I was watching a movie. Like it was just so vivid. I just didn't understand like how I could listen to something and just feel like I'm watching something. He's a very good storyteller, and that's very interesting because you're a storyteller too. So during this time, I would definitely like write whatever's coming to you, downloads, poetry, whatever is coming to you. Because we both know that's gonna be very meaningful. The fact it brought me back home. All right, so I don't do free readings. I only do paid client readings. So if you want to book a personal reading, my website is www.mastermanifestor888readings.com. And if anybody wants to join my mentorship, if anybody wants to purchase crystals, crystal jewelry, spiritual baths, any spiritual products, or book a reading, I have my links down below in the description box. He is so beyond his years. He speaks when he has something to say. Yes. Karma, I know everything. I know everything. I know history. Wow. Interesting. Well, yes, I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here. Thank you guys for watching. This is Juju the Master Manifester, and I am